Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Huma Siddiqui podcast blogger. Today's topic is smarter and effective job hunting tips. The normal number of times individuals are changing their positions these days is between 10 to multiple times during their expert profession. Indeed, the times of staying out with a similar organization for quite a long time seem, by all accounts, to be finished. It appears to be that even those of us who love our professions actually change everything around like clockwork. Thus, with this truckload of changing from one occupation to another, and with a huge number of new alumni entering the workforce every year, the inquiry and quote, "How would I get a new line of work?" and quote, is on a ton of psyches. Obviously, the method involved with getting a new line of work is different for every last one of us. Also, a great deal relies upon the business too. Our group did a few explorations by asking organizations and selection representatives for their experiences on the best methodologies to assist individuals with getting employed quicker. Obviously, computerized innovation or modern methods is having a colossal influence in forming patterns in enlistment, which is driving position searchers on the web. An ever-increasing number of organizations need to mechanize the cycle by utilizing an assortment of media to find and screen qualified individuals. This implies that methodologies like securing positions through social media stages are expanding in prominence. Obviously, older style face-to-face organizing stays an important system to work searchers too. If you've been focusing on the news lately, you might have seen the number of people who are currently unemployed. Due to the monetary emergency, many people lost their jobs or suffered a reduction in working hours. You may be one of those individuals, in which case going with the blog can assist you with tracking down another profession. Job hunting is not just about finding vacancies and submitting your resume to companies. Likewise, you need to make sure that you are ideal for the job, that you can get the consideration of the employed boss, and that you are completely prepared to answer questions. The following are hints that you can use to work on your possibilities observing the business you want. Know your professional objectives. Prepare. Benefit from CV and cover letter assistance. Utilize all pursuit of employment assets. Redo your resume. Research organizations. Apply with certainty. Plan enlightening meetings. Prevail in your present place of employment. Network routinely. Distinguish instances of your abilities. Plan for interviews. Follow up. Grow your abilities. More tips and details. Anything position you're going out for the most part, dress suitably. The more experienced you appear, the greater believability you have. It doesn't make any difference assuming you're simply taking an application or a CV. Dress well without overdoing it. While searching for another position, don't be unassuming about your financial necessities. On the off chance that you understand you could be paid $10, request around $15. This will tell your potential manager that you think you merit more and that you could luck out and get a higher than typical compensation. Pose inquiries during your gathering. In spite of the fact that you can find in this gathering that they check whether they need you to work there, you are likewise capable. You presumably shouldn't work with them. Take this opportunity to get an overview of what the company culture is, what compensation entails, and what are the open doors for progress. The internet is an amazing resource, but you also want to explore a business in different places. Long-range informal communication destinations can at times help. However, the best methodology is to explore organizations of interest, see whether they have any suitable positions, and get your resume out there so that individuals might be able to see. Do your job constantly before going to any new employee screening. Research the association to which you are applying. Know all that you can about the association and individuals who work there. any workup and comer that knows what's the deal with the association, and the association's set of experiences will be held in higher regard than a not competitor. Reevaluate your references. It will be horrendous for an organization to call one of your references and observe that the information now isn't significant. Call every one of your references so we can ensure their number and region are accurately recorded on your resume. Whenever you make a resume, attempt to fuse a portion of the expressions that the position you are applying for is popular. A portion of the time, associations will eliminate resumes. Considering these words, similar to an incredibly straightforward technique to assist you with mentioning a gathering through your resume. In a meeting, it is equally crucial to be considerate and agree with the full-fledged assistant to be sensitive to the questioner, who has an idea if the questioner will ask the assistant how your attitude was toward them. It will make you much more attractive. Assuming the secretary says you were caring. Assuming you are a more established work searcher, comprehend that you don't need to incorporate the dates of your secondary school in school graduation or dates of courses you might have taken right off the bat in your vocation. Moreover, you don't need to list secondary school by any stretch of the imagination. Assuming that you moved on from school, it is perceived that you also have a confirmation of secondary studies. Google yourself to see what sort of information comes up for potential administrators when they search. Expecting you see something that seems like it might be hurting you, do everything you possibly can to have it wiped out. Whether or not you acknowledge it, various organizations use Google searches to dispose of people they would prefer not to select. To get another profession that you will appreciate, endeavor to recall that it is okay to be immaterial, to be content. Would you be able to rather be princely and hopeless, or would you be able to rather expect to go to work consistently while sticking to a month-to-month spending plan? Cash isn't the end-all, be-all. Notice something you love to do, foster your capacities, and push ahead in your calling. Before any gathering, work on answering inquiries you could think will jump up. You would prefer not to be paralyzed during a critical gathering. Work out the 10 hardest requests you figure they could present and genuinely make out Fox reactions. This way you'll be ready with a brilliant reaction if the request is presented. Constantly track purchases, accepting that you are autonomously utilized. Keep all receipts, as this could be valuable come charge time. Get facilitated to keep consistent over your assets. Last thoughts on finding a new job. The following are a couple of different ways to get another line of work in the event that your pursuit of employment circumstance doesn't fit the normal model. Assuming circumstances are with the end goal that observing business will be abnormally hard. In the first place, having both an inspirational perspective and standpoint is critical. Businesses can detect franticness and hopelessness. Associations need to enlist positive and skillful individuals. On the off chance that you've been jobless for an extensive stretch and discouraged, or as of late scaled back and irate, figure out how to disregard it while work hunting, or you might be harming yourself. Second, assuming you're a more established specialist attempting to get a new line of work, you might confront age segregation. Among the approaches to proactively counter any issues about your age are to restrict the number of long periods of involvement you list on your resume, by keeping to the last 10 to 15 years, dispense with dates in the schooling part of your resume, and spotlight on versatility and adaptability in the meeting. Third, recall that you might require extra preparation or experience, particularly assuming you are entering another professional field. Fourth, you might have to consider temping or chipping in for a brief period to acquire insight and assemble network contacts that can prompt a full-time position. Fifth, in the most outrageous cases, you might have to consider migration to a spot that has a higher convergence of occupations in your field. In our advanced and dynamic work market, securing your fantasy position could require a blend of the above strategies. Being adaptable in your methodology and attempting new strategies will assist you with projecting a wide net and increment your possibilities of getting recruited. Do whatever it takes not to let the news reports put you down. To be sure, there are numerous people jobless, and you may be one of the business management articles, yet you don't should be. You can climb from the places of the jobless to track down another profession. Recall what this blog offers that would be useful, and good luck